and welcome to tutorial 4 of the Changing Tides blanket crochet along. I'm Eleonora, the designer behind Coastal Crochet, and all the details about this blanket are over on my blog, Coastal Crochet, and the links are in the description below. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do round 16 of the Changing Tides blanket, and this is the green stitches that you see here. It's actually very simple. It is made up of US single crochet, UK double crochet stitches. Remember, I work in UK crochet terminology. So it is simple double crochet stitches and then a long double treble stitch or a US treble stitch, just reaching down to 2 rounds previously. So going into the double crochet stitches from round 14. And then as you can see, we do it above each of the big sort of pebble lace double treble clusters. We're just doing a long double treble stitch reaching down into the double crochet stitch above that cluster, and then you're working 3 ordinary double crochets between those taller stitches. I'll show you what it looks like at the back. As you can see, there it is. It scrunches it down, the taller stitch, but it balances out quite nicely as you go on. So that's the back of the work. This is the front of the work. I like to think of this as seaweed on this round. You know, the green seaweed, which is sort of stretching downwards across the sand, or when it's in the water, stretching upwards. And I will show you how to do this. So we make sure that the right side of the work is facing us, and we're going to join our yarn into any corner chain space that we created from the last round. But before we start, I just want to show you that the last round of stitches we did were half treble stitches, US half double crochet stitches. Remember, I use UK crochet terminology, and it's a little bit less obvious which is the last stitch to crochet into on the side. So you can see all the stitches here, and it's easy to think that this one here will be the last stitch before the corner chain space, but it's actually this one. This is the last stitch of each side when there's a half treble stitches in the round before, which then means you have 2 chain, so 1, 2 before our first stitch of the next side. But sometimes it looks like that should be the first stitch of the next side, but it's not. So this is the last stitch because it was the half trebles. They look a little bit different. 2 chain, and then this is the first stitch to crochet into. Can get a little bit confusing, and it's only on the half treble, the half double crochet stitches. So when we've done a round of treble stitches or double crochet stitches, it's much easier to see which is the first and last stitch of each side. So just bear that in mind when we start this next round, that this stitch here will be the first stitch that we crochet into. Okay, so we join our new colour into any corner chain space and we make 3 chain. So that's 1, 2, 3. And this 3 chain represents 1 double crochet or US single crochet stitch plus 2 chain. That first chain counts as the first double crochet stitch of the round. So you may want to put a little stitch marker under those 2 strands, because that is the chain, that's the place that we will be crocheting into at the end of this round to close it off. So sometimes putting a stitch marker in there will help. So what we're going to do now is just work 1 double crochet US single crochet stitch into the same corner chain space, and we've just created our first corner chain space of this next round. And so now we work 1 double crochet, that's 1 US single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Remember to go into the first stitch of the side. So it's this one here, and it's 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And then all we're doing is we are now going to be working a long double treble stitch, which is a US treble, into this space here which was made in round 14 when we did our double crochet stitches and chains as the 4th round of our pebble lathe stitch. It's that space there just to the right of those 2 strands that we are going to be inserting our hook and doing a double treble stitch. So double treble, remember, is wrap the yarn over the hook twice, so we miss this stitch and go directly beneath it into that space just to the right of those 2 strands, and we just work a double treble stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you can see now by doing that tall stitch it's reached right down and gives a lovely effect. So make sure that you miss the stitch that's directly behind that double treble, and then work 1 double crochet, US single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. And then just like before, we now miss the next stitch and work a double treble, a US treble, into that space there next to the double crochet stitch from 2 rounds previously, and just work the double treble stitch as normal. So insert your hook, pull the yarn to the front, yarn over hook and pull through 2, yarn over hook, pull through 2, yarn over hook, pull through 2. So now, as you can see, we're getting that lovely effect where the double treble is reaching down to the rounds below. So again, make sure that you keep that missed stitch behind the double treble, and then work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and again miss that stitch and instead go directly below it to the top of the double treble cluster, that little space just to the right of those 2 strands. Insert your hook there, pull the yarn round to the front, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is what it looks like. Really lovely, really nice framework to the pebble lace stitch below, and as I said, you know, resembles that sort of seaweed washing up onto the sand. I'll show you what it looks like at the back. So you can see the double treble is sort of, you know, scrunching up the work behind, but because it's a tall stitch at the front, it works itself out nicely. And that's what it looks like at the back. And we just carry on all the way to the end of the side. So make sure if you just sort of pull it back, you can see there's the stitch that we missed, and work the double treble instead. So make sure you don't go into that one and go into the next one. Oops, that's this one here, and do 1 double crochet, US single crochet, each of the next 3 stitches. One double treble, US treble, into that little space from the double crochet stitch from 2 rounds previously. And there we go, and we keep going. Okay, so I've repeated that along all the way to the final double treble cluster on that side, and then we do 1 double crochet, US single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And then there's still a place now to do a long double treble stitch below. So go into that space to the right of those strands. And coming to the end of the side, there should now be 3 stitches left, and work 1 double crochet into those final 3 stitches. So that's 1, that's 2, and remember what I said at the start of this tutorial, that stitch there is the last one of the side to crochet into. So that is 3. So we've done our first side, of this lovely stitch, reaching down to the pebbles like seaweed washing up onto the beach. Quite like this effect. And so in the corner chain space we are just working 1 double crochet, US single crochet, 2 chain, and then 1 double crochet, and then we repeat all the way along this side. So 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 double treble, US treble, into that double crochet stitch from 2 rounds previously. Fantastic. And then 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. And now we're back to our double treble cluster, so it makes it very easy to see where to insert the hook. So do your double treble stitches just to the right of those 2 strands. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches and just carry on around. It's a very simple round really, just made up of double crochet stitches with the occasional double treble stretching down. So just carry on all the way around. Just on our very last side, I've gone all the way around and I'm at the very last double treble cluster to crochet above. So 1 double treble into that double crochet stitch from a couple of rounds ago. Complete that tall stitch, and then we do 1 double crochet, US single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then there's 1 more long double treble, US treble stitch to do at the end of this side. So again, insert your hook down there, and there should be 3 stitches left on the end of this side to crochet into. So we crochet 1 double crochet, US single crochet into the last 3 stitches of this side. And remember when we made our starting 3 chain, and I said to you that the first chain of that starting 3 chain counted as the first stitch of the round. This is now where we insert our hook under the 2 strands from that first chain, and we make a slip stitch to close the round. And there we go. So we've gone all the way around with this lovely simple sort of stitch combination of double crochets, US single crochet, and then the longer double treble or US treble stitches reaching down. I think it gives a really lovely effect. We don't fasten off now because we are going to be carrying on in this same colour, but remember when you start the next round to turn the work. And thank you for watching.